Well, good evening. It's Tuesday the 13th of December 2022 and we've just finished our final council meeting for the year 2022. It was a relatively short council meeting but covered off some very important matters, including a really wonderful partnership agreement with Maroondah City Council around what's called a Marvaloo. It's an accessible toilet and change facility. We're really proud of being able to have access to that, and we know that whatever we do to make our community events and our shire more accessible and better for people who struggle to have access, it makes it better for everyone. We're really proud of that. There was a fantastic contract that was awarded around the Bullock Island Master Plan implementation, a significant contract awarded over $4 million, and we're really proud to actually see that particular piece of work come to fruition, and maybe by this time next year that work will be completed. We also moved our 4-year economic development strategy, our action plan actually, our strategy we've already dealt with, but this is an action plan. It details what we as a council are going to do around our economic development strategy. There were a number of confidential items that we moved through tonight: a notice of rescission, a procurement matter, community care funding, and provision of mental health and wellbeing services. A couple of those are really significant in terms of transition funding, but those provision of mental health and wellbeing services for some of our communities who are most impacted by some of the recent fire events and COVID events. We're really proud to be able to continue that funding. But here we are now, just before Christmas, and it's really appropriate that I think that we share what a great time of year it is. And I love this time of year. It's a great time to be with family, to be with friends, to be at the beach, to be at the mountains, to be at the rivers, to enjoy all the things that make our shire beautiful. And maybe to go to carols, to go shopping, to buy those special things. But it's also a time to pause and reflect on the things that are most important to us. It could be a time to have a staycation here in Gunai, Kurnai, Monaro and Bidwell country, our beautiful land in our backyard. And it's also a time perhaps to consider reaching out to those people who are less fortunate than ourselves. Some people are lonely, they're bereaved, they're sad. Maybe we just need to lean over the back fence sometimes and reach out and say, hey, how are you going? Merry Christmas. How about sharing a mince pie and a cuppa with me? Why don't we do that? It's also a time to think of all those people who continue to work while many of us, have our vacations. And they're our emergency service personnel, the likes of our doctors, our nurses, police, firefighters, SES personnel, care providers, home care providers, and perhaps even our public transport staff and our many staff at East Gippsland Shire who continue to go to work and keep our services operating right through the Christmas period. I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a happy and safe New Year, and we from East Gippsland Shire Council wish you all the best and look forward to seeing you in 2023.